We start with some breaking news. Manchester United have announced a major restructuring of football operations at the club. So let's get more on this. Let's go live to James Cooper in Manchester. James, good afternoon to you. So, new structure then for Manchester United, several new roles as well. What more can you tell us?
Well, they've spoken to plenty of people and the process has taken quite a considerable amount of time, but they have got a new structure in place. I think it's more evolution than revolution, albeit, of course, this is Manchester United implementing change in the football club that hasn't been seen in the history of Manchester United. In terms of the roles, there'll be a new director of football or football director, John Murtough. There'll also be a technical director, and it's a name that will be familiar to everybody, Darren Fletcher, and a director of football negotiations and discussions. That's Matt Judge. He's been involved in the club for an awful long time. It's really just a change of title rather than changing exactly the specifics of what he does. He'll still be negotiating transfers both in and out of the club and also contracts. But I think, Manchester United have looked at this and they've looked at the kind of sporting director model. And, traditionally, that is a model whereby it's an overarching role between the CEO, or in this case, the executive vice chairman, Ed Woodward, with the manager below him. This isn't happening this time. The authority and the power of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is completely undiminished by these changes in the structure. It's more of a management team, if you like, and certainly in terms of the manager, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he retains his veto when it comes to transfer. So his power within this is completely unaffected, and he's working alongside two people he knows very well. John Murtough has certainly been at the club for a substantial amount of time, and Darren Fletcher has made a great impression on everybody at Manchester United since returning to the coaching staff back in January. So I think, as I say, kind of a hybrid model, a nuanced model, if you like, for Manchester United, one they think that works. I guess the critics will say, look, no, these are internal candidates, so how much change is it? But also, importantly, these are people who understand how Manchester United works and have implemented change. Darren Fletcher strengthening the coaching options of Manchester United. He'll now bring his kind of technical know-how, looking at the performance of the club, not only at first team level, but also between the academy and Manchester United's first team. And of course, John Murtough there, operationally and strategically, he then becomes a different voice, or a new voice, within the management structure. So familiar people at Manchester United, as I say, more evolution than revolution, but certainly significant change for this football club.
Yeah, and significant in that it's the first time United have made changes like this, James. The director of football role certainly has been mooted for some time. How much do you think it's been driven by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and how much, for example, pressure will that take off Ed Woodward when it comes to recruitment?
Well, I think his phone will ring less. I think he'll be hoping that, at least, that the point of contact now becomes John Murtough. And for people who don't know who John Murtough is, the one person that won't like all the announcements today and all the fanfares and all the attention is him. He's somebody who stays away from the cameras. He's been at Manchester United for 7 years since being brought in by David Moyes back in January 2014. He's kind of rehashed the recruitment. That was his first job. He then went on to do the academy side of things, and has also been instrumental in sorting out Manchester United's women's team. So this is somebody that Manchester United people are really, really familiar with. And Darren Fletcher, everyone knows his pedigree, the fact he's won 5 Premier Leagues, he's won 2 League Cups, an FA Cup and a Champions League title. But I think he's someone who's made a really, really big impression since returning to Manchester United in January. So I think alongside Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, day-to-day running football, as you like, in inverted commas, will be John Murtough. I think Darren Fletcher will feed into the kind of coaching roles, will feed into the first team and also into the academy. And also, I think, in the short term, will continue coaching with Manchester United, because I think from now until the end of the season, he'll be really important and really instrumental in doing that as well. But I think what Manchester United are confident about, as I say, this is evolution, not revolution, but they've got a structure in place that suits them and is also really, really focused on winning back the Premier League. They think that bringing these people in to do these roles will help Ole Gunnar Solskjaer bring the Premier League back to Old Trafford. So really significant stuff at Manchester United.
Yeah, some very interesting detail, James. Thank you very much.